Would you let their story of Toldar wash over you and lead you into a fuller expression of praise?
Behind the music, I lift my hands. It was 2009 and my dear friend Louis was struggling. We'd been in ministry together for years by then, and I'd watched him lead thousands of college students into a deeper relationship with God. I'd seen God spark moments of the Spirit on every continent through Louis. He'd founded Passion City Church, the church where I led worship. He was successful, accomplished. He was solid. He was the last person I expected to sink into a dark night. My friend was experiencing what so many have experienced, what so many experience even today. Louis was battling anxiety. He'd been to the doctors, had test after test run. No good answers came. He could manage in the day, he said, but every night around 2 o'clock in the morning, anxious thoughts came rushing in. One afternoon, Louis began to tell me about a song he'd been singing in that 2 o'clock hour. He would sing this song over and over to himself in defiance of the darkness. I asked him if I could lead it. He said, the melody's probably pretty terrible, so let me just tell you the words. Be still, my soul. There is healing. His love is deeper than the sea. His mercy is unfailing. His arms a fortress for the weak. I lift my hands again. Days later, my friend Matt Marr and I met, and we began to write a melody around Louis' midnight lyrics. Those words of Louis were his song, a holy song, so we didn't change a word. Considering the chorus, I turned to the Psalms and found my way to Psalm 42, verse 4, where David wrote, "These things I remember as I pour out my soul. How I used to go to the house of God under the protection of the mighty one, with shouts of joy and praise among the festive throng." Matt and I played the verse, built in the chorus, and words came pouring out. I lift my hands to believe again. You are my refuge. You are my strength. As I pour out my heart, these things I remember. You are faithful, God, forever. Let faith arise. Let faith arise. The weeks wore on, and though Louis began to feel some relief, he didn't immediately experience complete healing. In those weeks, I introduced I Lift My Hands at Passion City Church, a song that incorporated Louis' midnight words. On rare occasions, a song takes hold of a congregation and immediately becomes part of its fabric. This was that kind of song. Over the following weeks, as we sang, I could see it providing all of us with a new, found strength. I Lift My Hands has become an anthem for more than me, more than Louis, and more than any one church. It's become a song for many who find themselves in dark seasons. It's a song of expectation. When I feel the dark times setting in, pains of life, I sing this song and I lift my hands in expectation that the darkness will not win. God will lead me to the land of the living. He is faithful forever. Let faith arise.
Chapter 5, the posture of praise. Barak, to kneel, to bless God as an act of adoration, to praise, to salute, to thank. Yea, all kings shall fall down before him, all nations shall serve him, and he shall live, and to him shall be given the gold of Sheba. Prayer also shall be made before him continually, and daily shall he be Barak. Psalm 72, verse 11 to 15. Years ago, I received a phone call while driving to church. It was from an unknown number, and the voice on the other side of the line told me Ricky, a student from my days of youth pastoring, had been in a serious motorcycle accident in Frankfurt. He was in a coma, the voice said, and had been life-flighted to Vanderbilt Hospital. I was living in Chicago at the time, and Ricky was one of those special kids, one for whom I had deep affection. So I dropped everything and made my way to Nashville. After a whirlwind flight, I made my way to the hospital. There, I saw Ricky lying on his bed, near lifeless. He'd been married the year before, and his wife was in the room, desperate. The doctors had told us it would be critical to see improvement in Ricky's condition in the first 24 hours, so we made his hospital room a place of prayer. And it was needed. We cried out to God. Despite our prayers, no change occurred. The day passed, then another, a third day, a fourth day, a fifth. Just before I was scheduled to return to Chicago, the doctor came, telling us that the chances of his survival were incredibly remote, and that with every passing moment, the likelihood of his death increased exponentially. The doctor left the room, and a nurse came. She looked at Ricky's wife and said, "In situations like this, hard decisions need to be made. Sometimes it helps to talk those decisions out. I've been sent to have that conversation with you." Ricky's wife collapsed on the spot, sobbing out control. When it came time for me to leave, Ricky's wife hadn't yet made any decision. I hugged her, gathered my things, and made my way back to Chicago. I was not moved. The next Sunday, back in Chicago, I was driving to church and talking on the phone with my best mate in more than 20 years, John Tyson. John, also a pastor, had virtually raised Ricky after his dad had died when he was young. With devastated heart,